This is career suicide. They told me it was career suicide. Walking away from a senior executive role, turning down a bigger title, a fatter paycheck, and the illusion of job security. But what if they were wrong? What if the riskiest move in your career is playing it safe? Today, I'm going to challenge everything you've been told about what makes a smart career decision. Because sometimes what looks like career suicide is actually the start of real freedom. I'm Tomas Schmidt, a former technology executive turned career strategist. I've reinvented my career more than once, by choice and by necessity. And what I've learned is this: the old rules of career success, well, they're not just outdated, they can be dangerous. They keep you stuck, trapped in roles that drain you, and afraid to pivot and convinced that stepping off the ladder is the same thing as falling off a cliff. Well, this video will show you that thinking is wrong and how to reframe bold decisions as smart, strategic moves that can lead to growth. And here's what we're going to unpack: the 5 career moves people label as suicide and why they might be the smartest moves you'll ever make. The hidden cost of staying stuck. Okay, a practical framework to evaluate risk so you can move forward with confidence. If you're feeling the itch to make a change, but everyone around you is warning you not to do it, well, you're exactly who this video is for. Let's go. Part 1. Let's start with the top 5 career decisions people love to label as reckless. Number 1, leaving a high-paying job without another lined up. They'll say, "Oh, you're crazy to walk away. People would kill for that job." And what they won't say is this: staying in a job that slowly erodes your mental health, kills your creativity, and stalls your growth, that's the real danger. I've worked with many people who took a break, recalibrated, and came back 10 times stronger because they finally had clarity. Number 2, pivoting industries after 40. Oh, you're going to hear, "You're too old to start over." Let me tell you, you're not starting over. You're starting smarter. You're bringing decades of experience, perspective, and resilience into a new space. And in an age of transferable skills and AI disruption, fresh context is actually an advantage. Number 3, taking a pay cut for meaningful work. You're undervaluing yourself. Well, no, not if it's strategic. Sometimes a short-term step down sets you up for long-term acceleration. People forget. Meaning and momentum go hand in hand. When the work fuels you, your performance skyrockets. And eventually, so does your value. Number 4, saying no to a promotion. Oh, you're sabotaging your future. No, you're choosing your future. Just because you're great at your current role doesn't mean you want to manage 10 people, attend 17 meetings a day, and be on call 24/7. Saying no to a role that doesn't align with your strengths isn't weak. It's wise. Number 5, starting something on your own. Oh, it's too risky. Most businesses fail. Sure, but you know what's guaranteed to fail? Building someone else's dream at the expense of your own. Solopreneurship, consulting, digital products, coaching. There are more viable paths today than ever before. Calculated risk is different than blind risk. Don't confuse the two. The real cost of playing it safe. And here's the irony: the people warning you about career suicide, they rarely account for the slow erosion of your identity. They don't see it. The confidence that fails when you stop challenging yourself, the relationships that strain when you bring work stress home, the health toll of a soul-sucking job you can't leave. They only see titles and salaries, but there's a deeper cost. One that shows up quietly year after year, until you look up and wonder, how did I end up here? Playing it safe has a price, and it's often far higher than the price of taking a leap. Part 3, reframe risk, a better way to decide. So, how do you know if your bold move is brilliant or reckless? Well, here's a framework I use with my clients. Number 1, directional fit. Does this move take you closer to the kind of life you want or further away? Forget the latter. Think about alignment. And if the answer is yes, no, it's not suicide. It's strategy. Number 2, downside protection. What's the worst case scenario and how could you mitigate it? Think runway, savings, network, part-time bridges. Prepare like a realist and then move like an optimist. Number 3, development potential. Will this stretch you, grow you, or open you opportunities? If yes, then the experience has ROI, even if it's not linear. Growth often looks like detours, but in hindsight, they're pivots that make you unstoppable. All right, let's bring this home. Meet Sarah, 20 years in corporate finance. Everyone thought she was insane to walk away. She retrained as a UX designer in her 40s, and within months she landed a role she loves and makes more money than she did before. Then there's Raj. He left his executive job to start a solo consulting practice. Year 1, well, it was rough. Year 2, doubled his income and halved his stress. And these aren't unicorns. They're people who decided not to let fear dictate their next chapter. And the final mindset shift? Stop seeking permission. And the truth is, people will always project their fears onto your choices, especially when your courage challenges their own comfort. But here's the deal. You don't need consensus to make a bold move. You need clarity, conviction, and a plan. If your gut is telling you it's time to make a move, well, listen to it. Not because it's easy, but because you're done living on autopilot. So, what to do next? If this hit home, and if you're questioning whether to make that next move, here's what I want you to do. Write down the move you're afraid to make and ask yourself, what am I actually afraid will happen? Then run it through the 3D risk filter. Directional fit, downside protection, development potential. And if it passes 2 out of the 3, it might be time to take a leap. And if you want help mapping that next move, this challenge is here to support you every step of the way. So the next time somebody says, that's career suicide, ask yourself, is it? Or is it the smartest move I've ever made? If this episode helped you, hit that like button and share it with a friend. And subscribe for more weekly insights on how to grow, evolve, and show up as your best self. Until next time, take care, be kind to yourself, and keep leaning into what makes you strong. And I'll see you in the next one.